Will begin with the port strike into its third day.
It is beginning to make a dent in life, not just on dry land, but also on our waterways. Here's the latest. So far, no negotiations between the Longshoremen's Union and port owners. There's growing concern that if the strike lasts more than a few weeks, there could be major spikes in prices and shortages of everyday items. This is the first strike of its type since 1977.
Needless to say, step one of getting the items we need is getting off ships that are sitting and waiting to get into port.
And that's going to be a tough task as the strike goes on. Madison Pierman has more on the backlog off the coast from Chopper 10.
This historic walkout by the International Longshoremen's Association in negotiations, trying to get better pay, trying to get less automation in the workplace, has now created a large backlog of cargo ships trying to figure out what to do at this point. Most recently, NBC reporting that nearly 45 cargo ships are parked up and down the Gulf and East Coast. Some of those right here in Hampton Roads off the coast of Cape Charles. At the beginning of this strike, there were a total of 3 cargo ships parked up and down the coast of the East and Gulf ports. Now that number has quickly jumped to 45. A lot of these having to park outside port areas, wondering, are they going to be able to load? Are they going to be able to unload? Some of them are now looking at the possibility, again, on day 3 of this historic strike, of having to divert down to the Panama Canal and go over to the West Coast ports. By doing that, they're likely going to travel thousands of miles, hiking costs, and adding weeks to delivery times to an already very intense backlog. We're told that this could double by the end of the week, and we will certainly feel that in our wallets. One of the first key things that Morgan Stanley economists are saying we're going to feel the impact is in groceries, so something we're already keeping an eye on. Again, ILA is looking for a big pay raise. They're looking for commitments to halt that port automation that they're seeing growing over the years that they say is killing their jobs. Again, President Joe Biden's administration still siding with the union. This strike in total affects 35 ports. And so a huge deal here for a lot of the ILA Association and everyday people. Now, each and every day this strike is in place is expected to cost up to $4.5 billion, creating a huge economic impact that will surely trickle down to our wallets, and we'll continue to keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, the Biden administration says they are not going to step in and use federal force to halt this strike. For now, that's the latest here in Chopper 10 with pilot Scott Abbott. I'm Madison Pierman, 10 on your side.
And we will continue to follow this story and post any updates for you as they come in on wavy.com.